Hey there again, it's Brian Gormley with another edition of Where in Greater DC. As everyone knows, this is a weekly blog where we discuss real estate tips, tricks, pontifications about short sales, real estate market generally, politics, etc., etc. And we film all over the Greater DC, Baltimore region, film in a different location each week, and whoever sends first the correct guess of where we're filming to support at Cornerstone Properties homeinfo.com. That's support at Cornerstone Properties homeinfo.com. Gets a free prize each and every week. So I've been having a lot of fun doing this. I hope you have too. This week we are at a location that we've been before, and this is over the last 18 months. This is the only location that nobody guessed. There's only a week that I think it was last winter where we filmed here and no one got it right, so we're filming again. It's a freaking steamy hot July day. It's only in the 80s, but it feels like it's about 105. Just sitting here in sweat. So hopefully you'll get the general location. We'll do a 360 to make it a little easier here in a second. What is interesting and in the news is the latest reports. Wall Street Journal just released an article and report saying the housing slump is over, officially over. We've hit the trough, and we're on to bigger and better things. 1% price appreciation expected the rest of this year, or potentially next year. I think there was some, and of course we have conflicting reports. I think someone, was it Moody's or whomever, was predicting a 1% depreciation price depreciation the rest of this year, and then for the year, and then a 1% increase in price appreciation next year. But in any event, the general signs are that things have leveled off. Case-Shiller price index is looking positive. The inventory, huge indicator of where housing is and where it's headed, down to its standard historic 6-month inventory, meaning you've got 6 months if sales were to continue at this pace until you clear the inventory, which is the sort of the industry accepted standard. And you know, you're seeing upticks in activity, 26% increase in new housing starts, new construction, and for year over year, and monthly housing increases as well from the last couple of months in terms of sales volume. So what does all that mean? Are we really out of the jungle or not? Well, certainly anecdotally, I can say from our experiences, I've even had people say it's a seller's market, if you can believe that, where buyers agents are saying, yeah, we're basically competing with other offers on every single property for the last 2 months. And in our experience, I think we've been successful in selling properties where we have had a number of multiple offer situations. Cash offers are certainly very much in play, and that's another data point, an inflection point, if you will, where there are a lot of cash buyers out there looking to pick up properties because they think that we've hit the low point in the market. They obviously wouldn't be buying if they thought the prices would be further depreciating, or at least not buying at the rates they are. And they're buying for investment. Obviously, they're buying with a view towards a 3 to 5 year hold and a capital gain. So all that said, the supply side is looking good, right? The inventory is down, and prices seem to have leveled off in most areas, and even maybe have a slight uptick in some areas as well. And this is consistent with what foreclosure inventory that everything has been going on for the last couple of years. Foreclosures have picked up again this year, and the houses are not hitting the market. Either the Freddie Fannie sort of rental programs are going on, so the properties are off the market, or they're just flat out being withheld from the market. And these bankers are doing it for a reason. They don't want to internalize their loss. They don't want to flood the market. If you imagine every property that was foreclosed on hitting the market today, prices would go way down. And that's obviously not happening. There's this shadow inventory that you keep hearing about. Millions of properties right now is projected, either the shadow inventory being late or otherwise, just not being put in on the market. So the key thing that that people aren't talking about is the demand side, right? The interest rates are at historic lows, 3.5%. And you still have a market that is only so-so, and so that is the big question: what happens when interest rates go up? What happens if the euro falls apart and we have major trading deficits again, and we have issues with employment? If there's a spike in unemployment, that demand side is still very tentative, and no one's really able to predict that, right? Employment has to continue to stay strong, growth has to continue, and people have to feel confident that they're going to have a job in 6 months, in a year. If that demand side goes anywhere because interest rates go up, which you know they will, not this year, not next year, as the Fed has predicted, but perhaps in subsequent years with the money supply increasing, it's just a matter of time until inflation starts to pick up. And interest rates will follow, on home mortgages. So that is the key variable, and no one really is talking about that. No one really knows. All the models really kind of hold that constant, right? And you're just looking at supply side and inventory, and where the market is right now, where it's been a year ago, and projecting forward. So we shall see, but. I think you would expect that housing prices will remain pretty flat over the next couple of years, because inventory will trickle on out enough to keep prices from going way up. Obviously, bankers don't want the REO properties on the books for any longer than they have to, but aren't going to flood the market either. And then the demand side. We'll see what happens to interest rates. So. Send your guests to support at Cornerstone Properties, homeinfo.com. I'll do a 360 right now for your guests. Don't forget, we negotiate for short sales for free for homeowners and agents alike, and I'd love to help you out. So give us a call or shoot us an email. Thanks very much for listening, and see you next week. Bye-bye.